welcome Nikos Akrivos to the Community Spirit Ezine. This is a very special interview. Nikos is the way shower for Smooth Ascension Journey and the founder of Feel More Than Fine, which I understand has been around for 10 years now. Is that correct?
A little bit more than that, but it's going to be 10 years, yes. A little bit longer, right. If you want to know the story. Hello, everybody. And first of all, I want to say thank you, Richard, for inviting me to this interview, for this opportunity to share what is that I know, to be of service in this way. And Feel More Than Fine is something that exists already a little bit longer than 10 years.
Can you explain a little bit about it?
Yes, actually, it's something like it's like a key phrase that came to me about now 16 years ago. Right. I was like in a state of feeling very a dark night of the soul, so I'll call it like that. And I was actually partying with friends. And I had this moment that I was not feeling so well, and then I went really. I was meditating already back then, and I already really went deep inside of me. And then the message came: "Feel more than fine." And you know Archimedes, this ancient Greek guy that once he found his invention, he started screaming. He went out of his bathtub naked, running in the street and say, "Eureka, Eureka, Eureka."
Yes,
I felt the same way, I started screaming at my friends, "I feel more than fine. I feel more than fine. I feel more than fine."
Were you naked as well?
No. Thank God for my friends. But then, nobody really understood the message back then. But for me, it's like by sending the intention in the moment what I was feeling, really like this darkness inside of me, and to feel this, to send the intention to feel better, to feel good, to feel more than fine. This shift happened to my vibration, right, that I started coming up again all by myself by finding this dark spot within me, you see. Mm-hmm. So it was really, this is the beginning, like almost 16 years ago now, more than 16 years ago. But then the real official, let's say, start from Feel More Than Fine happened with a party again in Belgium, and then it started in Ibiza with non-alcoholic events, with yoga in the morning. I was one of the first ones doing these things in Ibiza,
Yes. So really, you managed to you managed to understand that you could control your own vibration and your own feeling, that you were no longer being affected by things outside of you.
It is a gradual understanding. I will be a liar to say that 10 years ago, I am where I am today. It is the intention that brought me where I am today. It means 10 years ago, I was still in this separation from my being within, that I was still having the impression that I still have to look around me. I still have to do something for outside in the world in order to bring the change, the peace, and everything that I was desiring for the world. When now I understand that actually, by doing my work within me, to feel more than fine within me, to raise my frequency within me, I'm already in service for the whole. So it was a totally shift in my understanding about that. Because of course I was trying to be always, it's a good thing to share, but it has to come from love, from yourself first. And that is the shift that happened within me.
Right, okay. When do you think the shift started then?
So this shift started as soon as the intention came out, as soon as the intention of Feel More Than Fine to make it as a philosophy in my life, and to want peace and love on the planet. So the peace and love of the planet started when I was a child already. It's part of the description I wanted to give you. You asked me a few questions yesterday.
Yes. And that's the thing, because in today's interview, we really want to focus on some key things. One, basically just looking at spirituality and getting a further understanding of what spirituality is, and
Yes.
and what awakening is. Then I want to look at a bit further into Ascension, because that's
Yes.
very strong at the moment. And then we can go back to Feel More Than Fun and discuss about tools for inner peace that you share with people.
Mm.
So I think now that if we just look at spirituality, what does spirituality mean to you? I mean, how do you perceive it? What's it?
Well, I'm doing my best, because I think it's good that for everybody understands it. It makes us in as simple words as possible for everybody to understand it, so that everybody will be able to really get the meaning behind it. Even those who think they're not spiritual, everybody's spiritual. so because people come and say, hey, you're very spiritual, and actually everything is spiritual. So it's like, I want to make this metaphor. We have a little toe on our foot,
Yeah.
and this little toe, if it's in pain, we feel it all over our body. It means that this little toe is part of the whole body. The same way, spirituality is a part of who we are. So it's the body, mind, soul, or spirit. Soul and spirit is one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
Is one and a whole. It's one whole thing. It's not separate from each other. And with our understanding from where we are today, with our eyes, what we physically see, what we are used to see, we see only this world around us, and we see ourselves in the mirror, and we may identify with that this is the only thing that there exists. And this is not the only thing that exists. We are much more than that. And our spirit, our soul, is actually the one who is leading the way, instead of the other side around. So spirituality in our life, in that way, it is very important. It is very important for somebody to come to understand this, to come to know, to intend to know, who am I? To ask the question to the self, who am I?
Yes.
And then to understand also that the more somebody intends to find an answer to this question, we understand that we are not just this body. We are this body, but also a body, mind, spirit, soul complex in many, many dimensions.
Yes, because what pops into my mind is the higher self, and that's in another dimension.
Yes, I was going to come into that, but since you mentioned it, it goes a nice transition for the next step. Because what is the higher self? The higher self is our fifth dimensional self. What we realize around us right now, what we see around us, what we have been used to see around us, it's a world of separation. Mm-hmm. Means separation from a source within. Separation of knowing ourselves as one with a creator, which is also our higher self. It is creating everything around us. So the knowingness, the alignment, the intention to align with our higher self, our Christed higher self, because it's our Christed higher self, Christ consciousness, is what makes us aware of our responsibility to remain connected with this alignment, to keep ourselves in high vibrations, so we can keep on creating in our lives, and of course, not just in our lives, but for everything, because I'm going to come into that, what it really means, ascension. But mm-hmm. Ascension is on an individual level, it is also on a planetary level, it is also on a galactic level, and on a cosmic level. So there are many levels that we are participating within this now. There is only now. There is only this now moment. And in this now moment, the more we are aligned with our truth within, our higher self, or our I am presence. It's all one and the same. It's different words we are using that somebody who is a little bit dedicated in this field may understand. This happens also with intention. Somebody needs just enough interest to say, to give out the intention, yes, I want to learn more. And then there is so much information out there. By the way, I have a website. My website is updated every day, feelmorethanfine.eu, that you can check. And it's a lot of information about ascension and high vibrational messages to keep you aligned with your higher self, inner being.
Is the ascension the big thing that we're all going through as humanity at the moment?
Absolutely. Everybody goes through the process. And there are those that will say, there are those that will ascend in their body and those that will ascend without their body. It is true. There are those who have chosen to stay in the bodies and live for hundreds of years. And there are those, by agreement before they are born, to come on the planet and go on the other side, but it's also ascension. It's only the same, and maybe come back. Or maybe stay on the other side of the veil. This is everybody's is free to choose. What I know from my understanding so far, it is in this time-space reality, each and everyone has given the opportunity to stay in the physical body if they want so. And all the people, all the light workers that consciously keep the space, the heart open space for all our brothers and sisters, still 8 billion brothers and sisters on the planet, which is the work we are doing now for many years. As you and me, already, we started already back in 2012 already our work with building our communities, which is something I would like to speak at some point if it's possible.
Yeah.
Because it's also part of our story.
Yeah.
We have begun our work already in being the channels for this energy for the awakening of those around us, to hold the space for them. And the good news is that each and everyone on the planet has the opportunity to live in the physical balance if they choose so, and to go from ascension. Actually, that brings me now to explain what is ascension. So ascension.
I was about to say that. You read my mind.
Yes. Telepathy works between us.
Yes.
That's the effect of the ascension. But I have to learn to allow you to speak as well. So please interrupt me. Please feel free to interrupt me, and I am happy to be interrupted. So
thank you, brother.
Yes.
So what is ascension then?
Yes. So ascension is the realization of oneness with God within, with our Christed higher self, the I am presence, the knowing that the kingdom of God is within, as a very famous master, Christ, Sananda, said. And it is the knowing, the deep knowing and feeling inside that we are love and we are light.
Yes.
I am love, I am light, I am all that I am. And it's also the choice to live a high vibrational state of beingness, serving the highest good for all. Because when somebody chooses to live a high vibrational state of beingness, making the choice to ascend, is already on service for everybody else, primarily following their joy.
Right.
As simple as that.
Okay.
And
so, I mean, I would, because a lot of people are living on the planet in fear, in a low vibration.
Yes.
So ascension is, you can almost imagine it. You're ascending out of the lower vibration of fear, and you're rising into that higher vibration of love.
Absolutely, absolutely. This brings us to the story of humanity. This is like a 26,000-year cycle that we are now finishing again, because, as you probably know, humanity has been through a process of 5 times we destroyed ourselves, and I think now this is the 6th time, or the 5th or the 6th time.
Yeah.
And in this time we came forward to bring forward Divine Mother's plan for the golden age of our existence. So it is a process that is taking place on the planet. It's a shift in the energy, in the vibration, where what happened in the past that to destroy ourselves is not allowed anymore. We have the support, because this is something that I really want to focus, when I really put action on that. We always need to ask for support, the angels, Mother, Father God, Sananda, whoever is that we feel, the Seven Masters, the Galactics, Pleiadians, Arcturians, all beings of light, all that is, call it the universe, call it all that is of the unlimited unconditional love, or Mother, Father, God, we can call it however we wish. We always need to ask for support, because we cannot do this by ourselves. Just a human being being this body, doing all by ourselves, it is not working. It is much easier when we ask for support, and then the support is giving us, and then we just become the empty vessel for this energy to go through. We become, the energy goes through us to uplift everybody else. Yes. So this is very important knowledge that we need to understand about ascension. Ascension is not something that happens by ourselves. We don't do the work ourselves. We ask for support, and support is given to us. We continually assistance, and that is what is changing now. With why you don't.
So in that sense, we're asking for support from the fifth dimension, from all the dimensions.
From the higher dimensions, because there is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, is many dimensions, many dimensions.
Right.
Sananda, Jesus, is on the 7th dimension. The Arcturians are on the 9th dimension. They're all beings of unlimited love that is all helping us from the other side of the veil, from the higher dimensions, to uplift ourselves.
So I think this is what's really important about this, and this is like really about the awakening part of it.
Yes.
It's fully conscious that although we see ourselves as being in this body, we are not in this body.
Yes. We are much more than that.
Yeah, we're much more than that. And
Yes.
To think that our life is just about, you know, having the house and having the car and having the job and whatever. It is not that. That's the illusion.
Yes. It is, may I say, also that, because the house, let me say like this, the things we have, like a house, a car, things that assist us to keep our sacred space, because it's about sacred space. Somebody cannot go somewhere if they don't have their own sacred space, because we will be having our 50-dimensional homes also. But let's say in higher 3-dimensional reality, the gift of material things around us, it's also appreciated, because it is the way to bring us forward to the 5th dimension, to be able to stay away from low vibrational things, and, for example, choose to have a house in a forest, for example, or in front of the sea. So it's a choice that is also resulting from this work we are doing.
Totally, I understand that. Yes.
So it is important for our ascension process. It is also part of how to go over there. Some of us, as you know, me and you, many years ago, we left everything behind. We went in a camping and stayed in a tent with our feet on the ground, doing our work, living in a forest. You were living in a forest for 3 months, amazing work. I also did this experience a few times. Just took everything off and just staying living between the trees for 5 or a week, and just being there in the forest. So we know what this is. We have been connected with nature because it was inner call. It was our soul calling us to do this work back then already in 2012 already. So you know what this is, to not be dependent on possessions, and to not be attached to matter around us. I left my car, I left my BMW behind, I left everything behind. I didn't care about anything, just a bag, and not even a bag, just a small thing, you know, nothing. I even bought the tent the same day I came to the camping, you know what I mean? No preparation, nothing, just follow the inner calling and do the work. So we know what this is.
Got these lovely cats here.
They feel our energy, eh?
Yes. Yeah. The cats are really like.
Hello.
It's three beautiful cats.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that when you had that experience, you know that okay, because the materialism is beautiful and it's lovely to have, but you also know how to emotionally detach yourself from materialism. So,
Yes, absolutely. It's not about things owning us.
yeah.
It's about things serving us. It's the same thing about money. You know, there are those who will judge those who have a lot of money, or judge those who don't have money. And to come to a point that you don't judge nobody for anything, and to understand that the money is also a form of energy, especially now that we're going in this stage of prosperity and abundance for all. We have to understand that money is not bad for itself. It's just a form of energy, and it's an energy that is serving us to fulfill purposes and things that it's for the highest good for all. So it's a tool to move forward in life. Yes, there has been a lot of negativity, a lot of bad things happened, a lot of control. We know this very well. But when you come in this place inside of you, you know that abundance and prosperity is first within. The kingdom of God is within. Love is within. And from this peace within, inner peace, starts everything else. As you know.
Yes. Yeah. No, totally. And you know, I was just thinking that how do people that who people think, what is awakening? Like, am I awake? Am I asleep? What's
Yes.
the opposite to being awake? What is it? If you can.
Yes. Awakening, it has again many different layers. It's like an onion that has many different layers. To awaken, it's a process. It's a process that is happening within us, and also with what we see around us, because what's happening within us, it's also what we see and feel around us. So it's like a give and receive and give process. So it is to have an idea of who one is to know and feel the self as pure, unconditional, and unlimited love and light. It is never done. There is always more and more and more. Therefore, feel more than fine. Is to feel and know what true love means within.
Right.
It's also the understanding that without self-love, it's not possible to love another.
Yes.
It is also understanding of this balance of giving and receiving, share with others and the planet, and then be with the self, going within to refill the cup, because it has been depleted from low vibrational interactions.
Yes.
And it is a clear understanding that there is no separation, that each and everyone is divine, each and everyone is, and everything is God. God is I, God is love, and love is all.
I mean, I think it's quite difficult for people sometimes with their everyday lives to sort of get hold of that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because especially in relationships and different things, people have been confronted with the mirror, of each other. Which I do find is a little bit funny, because when you start to understand that, like, you are me and I am you, and we need each other to be able to experience each other, because if it was a spirit by itself, it would never know itself, would it?
Yes.
So I think that's also in this like wonderful part of awakening, when you realize just how connected you are with other people.
Yes, absolutely. We are one.
Yes.
That this understanding comes first because we are connecting with the source within, and then we see around us what is that we feel inside is reflecting around us, and the other side around.
Yeah.
So, for example, I want to give an example, a very simple example, that I am facing, for example, a dear friend, that is acting towards to me in a very aggressive way somehow. That's perceived aggressive. It's perceived aggressive. And if I'm not ready, if I'm not connected with my higher self, and if I didn't do the work, what is the first thing I'll do? I will react. I will react to that and I say, hey man, stop that, don't do this to me. But if I come to this place where I'm connected with my higher self, this means that this vibration that this person is emitting, I'm aware of this. And then I'm like, okay, if this vibration is activated within me, I will not I will react to that. But if it's not activated and I know it and I'm love and I know that I'm love, then I don't give it attention. I focus only on the good aspects of this person, even this person is the most aggressive it can be in front of me. And therefore comes the understanding of immediate forgiveness. Forgiveness for the self stops the wheel of karma and also stops this interaction in the chaotic low vibrational reality. And I must say to you that this is not something that is like happened to me a long time ago. It happened only yesterday with a friend that I'm facing it, and it's like a process that this is advanced ascension process. That once somebody has taken the courage to face this, to be in the light, to be the light, even for those around that in there, and to see that and to stay in peaceful, because it's about staying in a peaceful place, because with all this darkness around us taking place right now, we really must learn to remain peaceful and focus the attention on the good things in life. This is the very big message for these times we're going through right now, for this next months that coming, all this darkness that comes from the surface from everywhere. The focus must be to remain peaceful inside at all times and to focus on the things that gives us joy in order to create what is that we want to create.
Right. Okay. So I think that's very important, because I think that a lot of people out there are facing very, very stressful times at the moment. Huge.
Yes. Indeed.
It seems to be chaotic with what's going on.
Indeed, it is chaotic, and we send them our love and we send them our light.
Yeah.
And we have been there. I mean, you for a long time already, especially when you're not understood by those around you for many things. So our journey has been for many years. When their journey, those millions that are starting to waking up now, it's going to be only for a few months. So we have already done the work to hold the space for them. We are also millions of light workers doing the work, but now it's like the time that we see this love taking effect on the planet. We're not alone. The tsunami of mother love is coming. This is the event, of course. It's taking place right now. We are into the event right now. It's taking place. We can see it around us. This is it. This is the event. It's not like something that's going to happen dramatically big. It's already happening, and you see it in our daily lives.
Yes, because it's a process. I think it's a bit like, people say to me, what's your soul mission, or what's your soul purpose? And I always see it like it's my soul purpose is the calling. It's the reason for me living. It's my purpose for being here on the planet. But my soul mission, it's like every day I wake up and I have these new insights and this new information that comes through to me, and it guides me in a certain direction, and I'll get that every day. I'll get a little bit more of it, and it's almost like the mission is coming to me every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And so
everybody's different. You see, you have a different. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. The ascension journey of everybody is different, depending on what you focus on, depending what is that you want to create, and depending also what has been your agreed mission before coming on the planet, because you have a mission to accomplish, but it's also a free will. You have a free will to choose or not to do that, and it's like somewhere in between lies the balance for everything, that you also have to live a life, and you also have to fulfill your mission, your purpose, and this mission can be changed if you want to. It can become something else. This is the beauty of being creator of our own reality. Yes, it can take many shapes and forms, and I don't want to embrace the theory of we have preconceived ways to be on the planet. I want to embrace the idea that we are free to create what we want always, because fifth dimension is about our highest good, because it's the highest good for all, serving all life, do no harm to self, others, or a thing, and reverence for all life. This is the fifth dimensional way of existence, and this is
something else that I find it interesting, that I'm having things that I'm having recently in the last couple of days. I've become really aware of is third eye vision. It's when I'm meditating and stuff like that. I can clearly see it's almost like an image. It's sometimes I can see a room, or I can see people, or I can see myself, in a forest. I have
Yes.
all these like incredible images, crystal
Yes.
clear.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And I think that's also given you a very clear understanding of being able to see into these other dimensions.
Beautiful. And I mean, I want to speak about this now because it's like a river. It's a flow that goes there. I cannot escape from not speaking about that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, we have been in an artist life. You a painter, me a musician, a producer, DJ,
Mm-hmm.
and we created a group in the past named Touch and Play.
Yes. Yeah.
And what was the Touch and Play? The Touch and Play was you were touching people, painting their auras. You are painting the energy fields. So it means already. I remember you were telling me that you could see around me specks of light. I was speaking to you, and you could say, I saw this light. I saw this light. I'm like, how did he see that? I don't know, because I cannot do that what you do. I cannot see things, I can hear vibration. I'm very good in receiving the energies, the higher vibrations. I'm very good in, I know when angels are coming. I know when it's another upgrade of energy. I'm really aware of this for a long time. But you're aware of seeing things. I'm aware of listening to things, becoming aware of my vibration speaking. I'm very aware of these things. And this is something that it exists in us, or maybe we have cultivated in our lives, and I had this also for a while, to be able to see things, but not as much as developed as you. So it means that we are all built and different in our attention to do things. And what is our focus? Because you are painting, you are more visual in your creations. I am more vibrational in my creations, you see?
Yeah.
And then, and that was the magic of what you did. Touch and Play, it's magic.
Yeah. It is. I mean, and actually, it was funny because the only reason why we had, problems with that group was our ego, and
Yes.
and now that I think that has all been, now that we've become more aware of that, I think that Touch and Play can move forward.
Absolutely.
Realms,
We can have fun and enjoy.
Yeah,
This is a great way for Ascension. By the way, I want to mention that for everybody, it's just dancing, doing art. I mean, meditation, of course, because that brings us to the last question you asked me about how to bring inner peace.
Yes.
Meditation is something that is, of course, very important to take time on a daily basis to go within. It's part of the whole. It's something that everybody needs to integrate in their life if they want to remain sane and stay in the high vibrations. But meditation can be many things, you see. I mean, meditation can be one's passion, can be doing art, singing, painting. Anything that somebody likes with art can be that. For me, it was making music, creating music, DJing. And for you, it's to paint. So we have a concept that is there, that is like, it's a multidimensional concept what to do actually. By doing what you love, we're raising our frequency. We're raising the frequency of those around us by sharing joy, sharing our gift, and we're raising also the frequency of the planet from our gifts, because the gifts of this, the art, the artistic way of expression, it's a gift from the divine to keep raising our frequency. It works perfectly, and because the divine is joy, peace, and knowledge. It's all in the same vibrational field, all the same.
Yes. Yeah. Like that. That's a beautiful visualization.
Yeah. What did you see?
Yeah. No, I can just see all the colors of joy and happiness and love and everything. It's just vibrating. That's it. And I think that's it. So, I mean, do you have tools, or just to round this up? How would you advise people? Say people are suffering with.
Okay. Okay, so I for this I really feel like it's necessary that I share a little bit my 24 daily activities. Like I feel this is like not somebody doesn't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. I'm sharing only. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest.
Mhm.
So my first principle in life is always to go to sleep at 10 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock, I'm always in my bed, no matter what happens around everything. I have this tendency always to go to bed early because
Mhm.
I know that this is a time that my interior organs will repair themselves, and it gives me a lot of. I have a lot of energy after that when I sleep always at the same hour. This brings balance and a lot of other things because, of course, with Ascension energies, we don't get so much sleep sometimes. Sometimes I just lie down and it's okay. I don't have to sleep, but I'm doing it still. And then important thing is meditation. So as soon as I wake up, when I have a good night's sleep,
Yeah.
I wake up and the first thing I do is uh, get into this joyful feeling from inner connection, because the inner connection is calling for support, the angels. That you can also make a small meditation if you want. When you finish this, a small
Yeah.
meditation for everybody,
Okay.
a small activation,
Yeah.
and call upon the angels, call upon our guides, and find this inner peace, and then remain peaceful for 10, 15, 20 minutes in this place. That it really helps me to move forward in my day totally in happiness, because this love that I feel inside of me, connecting with the one, with God within, with the higher self, it is what is giving me the power to move forward in my day and to create everything from this space of high vibrational space, and
Mhm.
not to run out of the bed and do things very fast. I really take my time to wake up. I'm just lying in the bed. I'm just visualizing a lot of things. I visualize my day. I see my day. I create my day before I start in the morning, and I get into the space. And as you do, from this calm space, images are coming, ideas are coming, and I create my day like that from also what is coming from within.
Nice. Mhm.
Then something important also, it's the way we feed ourselves. For example, for me, I'm already in the place that I'm feeding myself organic food already for a long time, but I'm already in the stage that I can only eat raw organic food. I'm not raw vegan organic food. So I'm vegan already for almost now, vegetarian 10 years, vegan for 6 years. And the last 3 or 4 years I shifted to raw because even the cooked foods, I understand that it's not really serving me so much. I need as much as possible close to the earth, close to the sun, to feed myself as much as possible greens. So
Right.
what I suggest is, not everybody is there, but what I suggest is always to make the best, to hydrate ourselves and to eat as much as possible green and everything organic. Even if you cook your foods, as much as possible vegan,
Mhm.
and always have juices, because juice, like fruit juices, has distilled water inside that is cleaning the pineal gland. The pineal gland needs to be cleaned for everybody because it's the tool to in our brain to for more awareness to be part of it. So food and drinks is very important to have a sane, a healthy intention for a healthy lifestyle, to remain away from toxicities like alcohol, like smoking, and like all these things. It's a process. I don't say that somebody must stop right away to smoke like that. It's a
Mhm.
process of feeling good with the choices one makes. If somebody likes to drink coffee, I don't drink coffee for many years already, but somebody likes their coffee and they love their coffee, and I say you don't have to stop because I don't drink it. Everybody's different. I
Right.
just say that becoming aware of what we ingest in our bodies and see the effects of that, as long as it's concerned with the food.
Yeah.
Hydrating is very important. Drinking water is very important. Alkaline foods are very important. Like as much as possible, alkalize the body to keep the pH above 7,
Mhm.
8, 9. This is really helping the process. And then this is like some things in my day that I follow. A lot of exercise every day. I'm doing my yoga. I'm doing my qigong. I'm doing my running. It's not like intensive, but I'm doing like activities that every day there is like something I'm doing, and Pilates also, but not to attack the body, because I never go too much. Like if I go for a jogging, I don't need to run for half an hour. I can run for 5 or 10 minutes. It's enough for my heart to stay in this energy, but I do it constantly every 2 days. I do yoga every 2 days. So I have this rhythm that I'm keeping myself in this energy with ease, grace, and flow without pushing myself too much, because sometimes body says, no, I don't want to train. I just want to relax. I want to become down. But at the same time, I don't forget it. I say that this is a tool that we need to use. And to reach rejuvenation of this body, it needs to be used in a way that we allow it to evolve, but also to not forget to exercise it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many other tools, tools like to keep our vibration high. It's also nice to mindfulness, to have a mindfulness with everything that we do around in our life. It is if we're taking a shower, to be mindful of the shower. If we make some food, to be mindful of this action we're taking, making some food. If it is that we are painting, mindful of this action. If it's our working in nature, to be mindful of everything around us, to be aware of this around us. And it's also, there are games to play. There are many books. One book I advise, it is What is Given, where Ask and It's Given, from Abraham Hicks. Mm-hmm. She has like many processes to keep the frequencies, many playful games that we can play with our minds to keep our thoughts running into this train of abundance, prosperity, attracting these higher vibrations to us. There is many games to play. The more we intend it, because I'm also asking, I always intend ease, grace, flow, fun and playfulness. I love fun and playfulness because we are here for the purpose of joy. We're not here to get in darkness. We're here for living a joyful life. And joy is a state of being. Happiness is a reaction to what is around us. It's two different things. Joy is from within. And when this is coming from within, then everything else is going in perfect alignment with our creations.
Lovely. Okay, well, I think that's beautiful. Shall we end then with doing a meditation for the viewers, the readers?
Yes, with pleasure. Yes, we can do this meditation right now. So we are thankful to be here in the now. I invite you all to close your eyes and breathe in deeply for 6 times. Inhale, hold it for a while, and exhale. I'm gonna do this for 6 times. And as you do that, we ask for support, our higher self, our gratitude for our higher self to be here, our I am presence, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, all beings of light, the galactics, of the unlimited unconditional love, Mother, Father, God, and Prime Creator, Supreme Creator. Thank you for being here with us into this meditation. And you feel the connection with the divine within. We feel our connection with Mother Earth. We are firmly grounded. Grounding is also very important to do on a daily basis. Grounding ourselves just as I do right now, visualizing from our heart, roots going into the core of the earth, creating a solid foundation, and feeling this connection with Mother Earth and the divine. And we come to our heart center. We are aiming for inner peace. And we send the intention out by saying, I am peace, I am. I am peace, I am. I am peace, I am. And visualize rain falling on a lake, and a drop of this rain that is touching the lake, and I feel this sensation of the touch of the drop of the rain on the lake. This is how our soul feels. This is our soul. And I feel our connection with our soul. And this little drop creates a wave that is spreading out all around us in our reality, shifting everything, transforming everything, transmuting everything to peace, to love, to light. We breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out, and you see this wave expanding out further around the city we're in, the country you're in, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, the cosmos, reaching out to the multiverse, going through all dimensions, and reaching Mother, Father, God, and Supreme Creator. We love you. Thank you for your assistance. And they love us, and they thank us too for our work. They send us our love. We can feel it in the now. And we bring this love into our heart in the now moment. You're keeping it for the rest of the day. And know that it's always there for us, available 24/7 to reach and find again this feeling, this high vibrational feeling. To know that the kingdom of God is within every now. This is 5D. This is to be an ascended being of love and light. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Nikos. That was beautiful.
Much love. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you from all our viewers and readers of the magazine Community Spirit. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We can only laugh. There is no words.